Hi, this is Galit Goldfarb. Thank you very much for joining me here today. Today I'm going to be talking about how to take charge of menopause with diet and how to manage your menopausal symptoms in a natural way. Menopause can bring about many physical changes, including hot flushes, vaginal dryness, pain during sex, heart palpitations, and sleeping disturbances. And these symptoms are the result of fluctuating progesterone and estrogen levels, while many women dread this point in their life. Most women dread it because they fear these common symptoms that are associated with menopause, and menopause can be viewed differently when you decide to view it as a time of opportunity. Now, with this right attitude, it is the ideal time to make changes to your lifestyle and diet to improve the quality of your life. Because menopause happens for women later in life, typically in their 50s, they're usually at a certain risk for diseases related with aging. And when menopause hits, the risk for specific health conditions further increases because as the ovaries age, they release less follicle-stimulating hormone and less luteinizing hormone. So the regulation of estrogen and progesterone and testosterone decline. And these hormonal changes and the natural reduction of estrogen levels during this menopause can significantly affect a person's health for years to come. And the right lifestyle changes, if they're not made, then this is certainly what will happen. Now, due to the reduction in hormonal levels, one becomes more susceptible to weight gain, to incontinence, to heart disease, stroke, and osteoporosis as well. Now, according to a study, with more than 124,000 women who participated in the Women's Health Initiative, women who enter menopause before age 46 or after the age of 55 also have an increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes. The study published in the journal Menopause concluded that women who start menopause before or after this window should be aware that they are at high risk and should be especially vigilant about achieving optimal weight, eating a healthy and nourishing diet, and exercising regularly. These lifestyle changes will help reduce type 2 diabetes as well as other conditions. Now, dietary guidelines during and after menopause are also important to look at. The average age of menopause is about 51 years of age, and you may begin menopause even as early as your mid-40s, and some may even experience it during their 30s, especially if the person is overweight. But it's never too early to start preparing for menopause by developing healthy dietary habits and improving your levels of calcium while controlling sugar intake and salt intake. Now, there are hormone replacement therapies available, but more and more women prefer natural remedies. So here's a short dietary guide to help you during this stage of your life. First of all, calcium is very important. Although calcium is the most abundant mineral in the body, menopause causes a decrease in estrogen production, so your body will be less able to retain the calcium. And without sufficient calcium intake, your bones will become weaker, increasing your risk for osteoporosis. Now, because blood calcium levels are strongly regulated and do not fluctuate with changes in dietary intake generally, then when there is insufficient calcium intake from the diet, the body uses bone tissue as a reservoir, or teeth as a reservoir, to maintain constant calcium concentrations in the blood and in the muscles and in the intracellular fluids. So while there are calcium supplements that you can take to ensure sufficient calcium intake, calcium is pretty prevalent in many plant-based foods, and this is my recommendation, to just consume these foods on a regular basis. These foods include dark leafy vegetables, broccoli, kale, turnip greens, and whole sesame seeds. So you can use whole sesame seed paste and spread it on your bread, or even take 1 tablespoon of whole sesame seed paste and just consume it once a day. This is a perfect food, rich in iron, rich in calcium, and rich in a lot of minerals and vitamins. You also want to avoid foods that cause calcium loss, including foods that are rich in salt, which increases calcium loss in the urine, and caffeine. So you want to drink less coffee during this time. Caffeine increases the rate at which calcium is lost from the body. Now, vitamin D increases calcium absorption, so you want to make a test and ensure that you have sufficient vitamin D levels. Study also shows that overall prevalence rate of vitamin D deficiency is over 40% in the United States, and the National Osteoporosis Foundation recommends between 800 and 1,000 international units of vitamin D a day after the age of 50. If you don't get sufficient sunlight, especially during the winter months, I suggest taking a vitamin D supplement with 2,000 international units a day for 5 days a week. You may take vitamin K alongside with this vitamin to ensure that calcium is distributed into the bone tissue. However, if you consume enough leafy green vegetables, then there is no need to supplement with vitamin K. If you do not eat sufficient greens, then you may need to supplement with vitamin K2 2 times a week while you're consuming the vitamin D. Also, you want to increase your fiber content. Keeping your weight in check during menopause is very important. Therefore, you want to follow a fiber-rich diet. A high-fiber diet can also help with menopause-related issues that include bowel irregularity and bloating. Foods rich in fiber include vegetables, Brussels sprouts, bananas, apples, broccoli, pears are just to name a few. Also, of course, whole grains, lentils, beans, rich in fiber and very much recommended. You can check out my personalized menu option to receive a step-by-step guide and meal plan for you designed for your specific needs. If you want to do this, you can see the link at the bottom of this video. Now let's continue. Also, soy products. Soy's physiological activities are similar to estrogen. Therefore, a lot of research has been conducted on the potential and benefits of soya products on symptoms of menopause and as a natural alternative to hormone replacement therapy. Now, in a review on using isoflavone supplements from menopausal women, researchers found that isoflavones positively affected blood pressure and glycemic levels. And the women who participated in the trials reported a reduction in hot flashes, making it a promising treatment option for women who refuse hormone replacement therapy. However, soy also has a very positive effect on lipid profiles, making it crucial during menopause. A meta-analysis of 38 controlled studies of soy consumption showed that soy products with intact soy isoflavones. What does that mean? It means that you don't want to consume soy isolated products, but real soy like soybeans, edamame, or tofu are excellent. Miso as well. They have their soy isoflavones intact in the soy protein. These improve your lipid profiles and reduce low-density lipoproteins, reduce triglycerides, and increase high-density lipoprotein levels. The consumption of 25 grams of soy protein a day is very beneficial. Also, you want to avoid sugar and unnatural fats. When taking charge of menopause with a proper diet, it's essential to recognize the foods that you should increase in your diet. It's also crucial for you to avoid the unnatural fats and fat-rich foods, processed foods, also too many dairy products. Because this is a time when your body will have a more challenging time preventing weight gain. So you want to avoid the damaging effects of also sugar and salt, because the menopause increases your risk for diabetes. So you should avoid all of these foods, especially these unnatural fats, which fill up your cells and lead to diabetes. Also, you want to avoid too much, especially sugar-rich drinks, processed foods, also rich in sodium, which has been linked to high blood pressure and also causes calcium loss. Now, black cohosh is a very, very good supplement. It is a natural remedy for hot flashes, and black cohosh has been a treatment for night sweats, vaginal dryness, and sleep disturbances, basically all of the things that a person going through menopause suffers from. Now, according to a study on the herb's efficacy in treating menopausal symptoms, black cohosh was found to reduce symptoms of lowered libido in an 8-week treatment period of women between the ages of 45 and 60. And this effect occurs due to black cohosh's effect on serotonin receptors, relieving hot flashes and improving mood through serotonin influencing effect. Now, also red ginseng is very helpful. It comes in capsule form and can be consumed as a tea. In a double-blind randomized controlled trial, researchers observed 72 women taking red ginseng supplements over 12 weeks, and the results showed that women who took red ginseng had significant improvements in the menopausal rating scale. It decreased cholesterol levels and reduced fatigue, insomnia, and depression. Red clover is also very beneficial. It's high in isoflavone content. It has the potential to lower menopausal symptoms. In a study on the effects of red clover on hot flashes, researchers concluded that red clover effectively reduced the hot flashes and their intensity and decreased the night sweating as well. So red clover is very beneficial. And as I mentioned, it can be taken as a tea. Now, also physical activity is very important. A study conducted to investigate the association between physical activity and the severity of menopausal symptoms concluded that women with low physical activity levels were more likely to suffer from severe symptoms. Exercise and leisure activities are very beneficial for holistic well-being, while menopausal women maintain a high healthy weight, decreasing menopausal symptoms as well. So this is very, very beneficial. Also, a change of attitude is important. Now, although some women suffer immensely during menopause, most women do not. Of course, menopause clinics do not want you to know this, but they tell you that when we lose our hormones, we lose our youth, and only a doctor's pill can save us. This is not really the story. Firstly, the effects of estrogen on behavior are diluted, which is great because you have less aggression, you have better communication, you can even learn better. Also, estrogen is reduced and you become more assertive and better at caring for your own interests. Also, there's no more menstruation, which is quite nice. Also, no more fear of getting pregnant, no more iron loss on a regular basis, making you tired, no more loss of energy, and all the premenstrual syndrome symptoms that we suffer from. Also, when you reach menopause, most often the children are leaving or have left the house, so you now have time to rediscover yourself and your needs and desires and go after them after years of caring for your children. But if you don't see the things this optimistically, the herb St. John's wort, studied extensively for treatment of depression, is very, very good. It's even better than antidepressant medications in 75% of cases in mild to moderate depression. It has basically, it's an antidepressant. And also another study showed that taking St. John's wort for 12 weeks significantly improved psychological and psychosomatic symptoms and sexual well-being in women during menopause. Now, the combination of St. John's wort with black cohosh to treat menopausal symptoms shows a synergistic effect, which is great. I recommend taking 300 milligrams of St. John's wort a day. However, please note that it should not be taken with antidepressant medications, as this can be hazardous. Also, St. John's wort interacts with other medications, reducing their efficacy, especially oral contraceptives if you're still taking them. Also, anticoagulants, digoxin and protease inhibitors also are their effectiveness can be reduced. You may find it appropriate to take hormone replacement therapy for a period of time if you desire or if you feel you need it. However, you should weigh the risks versus the benefits, as you should always do when taking any medication. Now, menopause can be difficult for some women, as the symptoms with hot flashes, mood swings, insomnia, decreased metabolism that lead to weight gain, and the risk of developing bone fractures is real. However, when met with the right attitude and a dietary plan that supports your nutritional requirements and avoids problematic foods at this stage, can help you bravely face menopause and even thrive during this period while reducing all of the discomforting symptoms. So I hope you found this video beneficial. I hope it helped you. If you can pass it on to friends who you think it may help. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel for anything to help you with heal your body naturally with diet and nutrition. Also, visit my website to help you lose weight and really gain health and well-being in your life. So thank you very much for joining me. The website is thegorilladiet.com. I forgot to mention, so see you there. Thank you very much.